Let's get some insight now from our Washington executive editor, Al Hunt, to find out how banks lost this battle. And Al, whenever we say that, it makes me a little apprehensive because I'm waiting to hear how I've lost that battle, because I know in some way my rate is, I am going to end up paying more because it's going to get passed along this way.
Either way, Margaret, if they had won, you'd have lost, and if they lost, you lost. It's a lose-lose. No, that's not quite right. This was actually a fight of really strong interest. It was the banks and the credit cards on the one hand, and it was against the retailers and the consumers, if you will, on the other. This was passed rather easily last year. The banks have lobbied strongly against it. They had a majority vote. They had 54 votes in the Senate. It requires 60. And you need a scorecard. Big banks, right? Their chief representative or one of their chief lobbyists, Dick Gephardt, former liberal labor House Democratic leader. The other side, consumers, the people, if you will, one of their leading lobbyists, Don Nichols, conservative ex-Oklahoma senator. This is the first of many battles we'll have over Dodd-Frank.
Definitely. And it seems like this summer is going to be full of them. But at least with this interchange decision, July the 21st, it'll become implemented, right?
Yes, I think so. There is a court decision. There's one bank is appealing it in federal court, and unless they win that, I don't think there's any way Congress can revisit that before July 21st. Can revisit this.
We've still got plenty of things to be debated, though, right? With actual moving of derivatives to exchanges, the CFTC has a lot to iron out in the meantime.
Big issue over derivatives, no question that. That could also go to Capitol Hill. And a big issue over funding, the CFTC, the SEC, and some of these other regulatory agencies, and maybe the biggest battle of all, the Consumer Financial Protection Agency. Yeah,
well, as you've been saying, a lot of this is going to be about funding those agencies, and if you can't change the law itself, you can change their budgets. But talk to me about the Consumer Protection Bureau. Yesterday, we were reporting, Hans Nichols broke it on Bloomberg, that Raj Date may be a compromise candidate. Who is he? Is he really the compromise candidate?
He is in many ways. It would be an interesting choice. The battle for the last couple months has been whether to appoint Elizabeth Warren, the consumer activist and Harvard law professor, to head the agency. Consumers are all for her. Liberals are all for her. The banks, the financial interests say she'd be awful, and the Republicans have said there's no way we'll get her through. So Raj Date is her deputy, her assistant, longtime Warren confidant, worked with her closely over the last year or two, has got the support of consumer groups. But, Margaret, here's what's different. He also was an executive with Capital One and with Deutsche Bank. So he has experience in the financial world. It's rather hard to paint him as a Che Guevara lefty. So it may be an interesting compromise.
A Che Guevara lefty. Is that how you think Elizabeth Warren has been characterized?
I think that's the way she's been characterized, but I'm surprised at your young age you even remember who Che Guevara is.
Oh, he's not just the guy in the T-shirts? Come on now, give me some slack here. But tell me, do you think she's going to go back to her home state and run for office?
If this occurs, I think there is at least a good chance that she will. There's no front-running Democratic Senate candidate in Massachusetts to take on Scott Brown. A lot of people think she'd be a good candidate, has good issues to raise. She'd never been tested before, so we'll see if she'd be a good candidate. But I think there is at least a fighting chance she'll do that.
We'll see. We shall see. All right. Al Hunt, thank you so much. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Thank you, Margaret.